And I would, if I were talking about prescriptively about China, I would talk 80% about communications. And the communications in China is nearly completely understood in the American culture. It is a communication that puts a premium on harmony and on preserving not only the face, but also the image of fellow workers and friends. And when we encounter this, we view it as, they're not being candid or they're lying. And they view it as, we are really top Chinese. We are socially conscious of our group. And you're not in the group. The Westerners are not in the group. And that's one of the important things to understand. I've been married for 8 years. I'm slowly entering the group. So, and there's a test for the group. The test is candor. And the Chinese are very candid among their inner group. So if you're wondering if you're in the group, don't go by, they're very nice to me, they want to go drinking with me, we chat, we talk, we joke, we have fun together, you're not in the group. You have to hear them be critical and candid and gossip. Then you're in the group. And in fact, you can go around to Westerners and say, well, when did you have that experience in China? Oh, they don't do that. Yes, I know, they're not human. So it's a system that keeps harmony, and it's self-motivational. Meaning the group we have an American way that is evolving very, I think, magnificently in terms of casualness, equality, diversity, and the like. And so that's working for us. They have one that's been working for thousands of years, and that's harmony and face and mutual support. Tita asked me for some good reasons for going to China besides you love China. And there are some subtle but powerful reasons, ones I've never heard. A curious one is it's defined. And you don't usually see China as defined, but you do see the coastal cities. There's more homogeneity in China than there is in the States. So if your reference point is the States, you miss it. The coastal cities are affluent and are rapidly becoming westernized. And in fact, if you're going there as a newcomer, you're a late arrival. There's enormous opportunity elsewhere. Right now, the government, and right now means the 10-year plan, and so it's just started, it's halfway through. They're pushing the west of, what they call the west of China. Heilongjiang and Jilin, those are industrial areas that have the attention of the central government. And if you go there, for example, in Heilongjiang, which used to be occupied by the Japanese, there's a very strong Japanese capability. So if you want to translate into Japan, or you want to have a China, Japan, America market, that's a place to go. And that is favored. And favored in China is a serious advantage. Western China is in the center. And that's Sichuan and Chongqing. Chongqing is the green in the absolute center. And Sichuan is just to the west of that. And so this has a standard north orientation. Well, everybody knows that. And so, so those are areas. There's that if you go there with a light industry or with technology to either sell or buy, or infrastructure to sell or buy, you have a receptive audience, and they have money, even though the areas are poor. They have support from the central government that translates into money. If you go to Chongqing, which is an area I am a little bit fluent about, they have vocational technical people that are really terrific. You can look at Beijing and Shanghai and say, wow, I wish I was in on that early. There are 100 cities or so with more than 1 million people. And some are 4 or 5 million. And their idea of a city is bigger than ours. It's the greater area. There's a place in Weifang which has 8 million people, but that's the greater Weifang, so not the core city. But that's your marketplace. And you can hit any number of 100 of those, and you can do distribution there. So this is and you can, the West is having it so easy and nice in the coastal areas that the pioneers have forgotten that there is a new frontier. And that's where you guys come in and where your future may be if you're selling. And another punch on the is that there's a push in the central government for industrial parks. And if you show up with an industrial park, the notion of being an industrial park tenant, you are extremely welcome because you are a showplace. So those are some, that's a, I was prepared to go rather deeply into opportunities, but I'll get to the showstopper. The country is inefficient, and if you have a great productivity tool, don't be very careful about taking it to China, because productivity can go like this. They're extremely unproductive in agriculture, in mining, and those areas. You can do 10 times the productivity with some technology. And if you do that, you will be thrown out on your tail, because employment, you are going to cause people to be unemployed, and they are a disturbance threat. So the first metric to know about economics in China is political trumps economics, and the group trumps logic. So somebody says, I had this logic, and I sort of like, okay, I'll listen to the logic, but where's the consideration of the group? Because I know that's going to dominate. When they say, I have this great business plan, it's, wow, what a business model. This is great economics. I'm listening, well, how does this relate to the government policy? Because if you get that wrong, it doesn't matter. It'll be thumped and trumped in a minute. So now, just to conclude on, those were showstoppers? Not really. Here's the showstopper for the Westerners. I believe you cannot go to China without a native that speaks candidly to you, that you and that native will die together for the success of your venture. If you go to China as a Westerner and you say, well, I'm going to tackle this problem like I tackle problems, or I'm real smart, I believe your chances of failing are 90%. And so that's my showstopper. And I'll stop my show on that spot. Okay?
Very good. Thank you.